Welcome back to Grab a Drink with me
Marisol.
and Eliana.
Hi, everybody. All right, so as you can tell that we are in two different locations this time, but we still have our little drinks
Yes.
here. So first I
Oh,
want
this is
to,
cute.
a little bit, first I want to tell everybody thank you for making suggestions on our Instagram. We can't wait to try everything. But I'm most excited about, I think it was called Blackberry Moonshine Sour or something like that. It sounds
Hmm.
super, super good. And I think it was by somebody named Laura, I think, if I'm right. So can't wait to try that. Can't wait to try all the different ones. But I am drinking, it's supposed to be a pina colada, but it's a little watered down already. So that's what I will be having tonight. What are you having?
Pin- Pina colada over there. I actually
Still
am
good.
excited because I'm one of those people that just grabs and goes. I like to mix and make concoctions, but I'm not very good at that. So I would probably try like one of the Trulies, like one of the ones suggested was a strawberry lemonade. I definitely would try that. But tonight I am drinking, I may butcher this, so bear with me. Stavali, I think it's called. It's a sweet white wine,
Oh,
which is
okay.
usually my go-to. I like their sweet red.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to wine, I'm more of a sweet kind of person,
Me
which
too.
is weird because I'm not sweet for other drinks. I'm more of a citrus kind of person for other drinks.
Okay.
But wines, I do like them to be sweet. I cannot do better.
Yeah, I can't either. I love sweet reds. There's that we've got a sweet red that we always get and kind of keep it there in the fridge, but I love sweet red
Yeah.
wines. But all right, well, cheers
Yeah.
everybody who's listening. Grab your
Cheers.
drink and take a listen to what we've got today. Um all right, so let's start off with a weekly catch up. What did you have going on? How was your
Yes.
week? Tell me about your week.
My week involved a lot of this, I will say. I had one about every night. So I started back at work and it was different. I switched environments and everything, so it was a bit different. And I had to travel for work. So today we had our convocation where we have this big meeting and everybody shows up. We have about four centers, so everybody shows up. So can you imagine like 500 people? We went to the Whitty Museum.
Oh, how
So
fun.
that was pretty cool
Yeah.
because actually my sister took Mijo yesterday to the Whitty
Oh, nice.
and he was super excited about the dinosaur bones and everything. So I was like, oh,
Oh.
that's cool. Well, I went today, so I sent him the same picture he took and sent me. And he was like, oh, that's cool. You got to go. So I did that. And then I drove all around town. And when I say I drove, I literally drove from like the outskirts, it feels like, of town. So it was crazy. I drove from one side by the airport, ended up in like Stone Oak area, ended
Oh
up
my
on,
gosh.
Culebra, all over the place. So I'm exhausted from the heat.
Yeah.
I did have to wear a mask because we do have to kind of stay, protected and stuff, which I agree. I mean, with
Right.
COVID continuing to spread and everything with the variant that's out, I
Yeah.
agree with that. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to lie. I like to do my makeup and I like when I'm meeting people to see me in makeup,
Yeah.
but I just had on my eyes, I just had on my brows, and I had some concealer because the mask, I was literally drenching under it. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do all this makeup and then end up breaking out. So,
Yep.
which I'm already doing. But I mean, that was pretty much my week. It was a lot going on, a lot of new things, new experiences. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Excited to see what it holds and just ready to start, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, that's
What about
good.
you?
Um, I guess a little uneventful, nothing too exciting. Probably the most exciting was that I did try a new recipe. Um, I follow
Oh,
this girl on Instagram and I'll have to look up her name. I don't remember her name. I'll see if I can find her while I'm talking to you. But I tend to, of course, look at recipes because I love to do all that. So I had found a recipe and I sent it to my daughter. And sometimes she looks at the stuff I send her, and a lot of times she doesn't. Or she just hits like, and I'll ask her about something at the end, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. because he
Wait,
didn't
what?
see my video. Yes.
Exactly.
So this one I had sent to her. It's by Macy Blackwell. So she's always doing some type of recipes, and this one was super quick and easy. I'm not a meatball fan, but it looked good, so I tried it. It was just a box of rotini, a jar of marinara, 3 cups of water, put meatballs on top, the cooked ones already, cover
Mm-hmm.
it, bake it at 425 for like 35 minutes, take it out, or after you stir it, bake it. Then take it out, put mozzarella, bake it another 20 minutes, done. And
Wow.
while it was finishing, I had put some garlic bread in the oven. It was super good, super easy. I'll definitely make that again. So that was probably the most eventful thing that I did. Well, back up. Our little one has been having football, like I've mentioned before, but this week was all week for 2 hours,
Oh,
and it's been hot. But he did
yes.
super good, and you definitely can see
Oh,
the
good.
improvement and stuff. He was excited, and every day, one of the boys had gone with us every day except for today. But he'd been going, and so he loves he loves when his brother goes to watch him, because of course he comes to the line and he or to the side to drink water, and he kind of pumps him up or tells him, hey, you
Oh,
need to do this, you need to do that. And
yeah.
one of the days he wasn't doing as good, and you could see it in his face, and he's like, hey, don't say anything to him, I'll talk to him. And he just let him know, you're doing good, I know it's hot, but you're going to get
Yeah.
through it, blah blah blah, and kind of pumped him up, and he was good to go. So um that's about it. So I'm getting a little stressed because next week is another 2 hours every day again, but
Oh
it's
my goodness.
further from here. It was close by, so it was probably less than 5 minutes from here. Now it's going to probably take us like 20 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have to be there at a certain time and then for 2 hours, it's going to kind of throw everything off. The week of
Yeah.
school, they're doing it 4 days out of that week, and
Mm.
it's every night it's till 8. So I'm thinking, okay, how are we going to do this?
Oh,
Yeah. And so then this week, Chloe had theater also in between. So I'd stay for a little bit, then go pick her up, then go. Or my son's girlfriend would go pick her up. She's like, I'll pick her up, because then she had tumbling one of the days. And I was like, oh my gosh, school hasn't even started. Or how are we doing this? And we've only got 2
yeah.
in school. So,
Yeah.
but
And you're still probably running around just as much.
yes, exactly. Or
Yeah.
trying to order groceries, or trying to, whatever. And then I'd kind of not kind of, but I didn't feel really great this week either. So I was kind of worried, that did I get something? Did I not get something? And just trying to push through
Mm-hmm.
it. And as a mom, you have to push through it no
Yeah.
matter what. You have to, like,
Yeah.
no matter how bad you feel, you have to feel good. If that makes sense. And to moms, they'll understand,
It
because
does. It does.
life does not stop when you're sick. So
Yeah.
that's kind
It
of,
carries on.
yeah. But if someone else is sick,
Yep.
like a spouse, the world ends.
Everything stops. Yes.
Exactly. So that was it. We'll see how next week goes. Hopefully it goes better for you. Do you travel and do that stuff next week?
I actually work tomorrow, so I have a work Saturday, our
Uh,
first of many. I do travel tomorrow, but then the week after, I'm back at my campus, and I do travel to the other campuses. So I do a bit of traveling, but after that, it's going to start to calm down, and I'll get into my routine. So it's a
normal
bit
life.
of everywhere. I will say, Mijo's like, why do I have to go to bed at 9:30? And I'm like, because I have to be up and out of the house no later than 6:50 to drop you off at 7 to be at work at 7:30. So unfortunately, your summer's still going, but my routine is kicking in, and I need to
Yeah.
have you on that routine as well. Yeah, he's not too happy about it, but at the same time, he's like, okay, I mean, there's really nothing I could do about it, So
Yeah. But he can always go to sleep
yeah.
if he does. But he normally gets up early anyways, right? I mean, he not doesn't sleep in too late.
Yes, but then he also has responsibilities, like his dog. He definitely has to, he's the one that feeds him, gets him
Uh,
water, lets him out in the morning, picks up his poo. So he's the one that carries out those responsibilities. And if I wake him up like within 20 minutes of leaving, it throws him off, because he's one of the one, like, I don't know over there if he does this. I don't think he does it over there, but at least over here, he takes a while to get up. It's not just like I'm up, I'm ready to go, and I'm
Right.
moving around. Like he moans and groans, and he's like, "No, I don't want to get up." And I'm like, "Okay, but like I'm waking you up 40 minutes before I have to leave. Like at some point, you need to wake up and let's go."
Yeah.
So he's got routine over here. He's got things he's got to do before he gets out the door, and thankfully he does. You know, he gets through
That's
them, and
good.
we're able to get out the door. But it
Yeah.
takes him a minute. So yeah.
That's funny because I'm like that. I can get up, change, put on contacts, brush my teeth, do all that. But my husband, Rico was like, you can't do that to me because I'll tell him, hey, you want to go on a walk with me? And he's like, my eyes are still half closed. I'm like, yeah, but just get up, change. And he's like, yeah, like you need to give me time. By the time you
Yeah.
like wake up, I'm back. So forget it. Chloe, I can do that. Aiden, Noah, sometimes, but Blake, no. Like you need to give him a minute.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be talked to in the morning. That's like everybody knows. It's pretty quiet here in the mornings when we're getting like, especially during school. Nobody really talks, and because it either makes or breaks my day. So it's kind of the same thing when you log into work early and it's like, oh my gosh, let me log in. You can't start, messaging me and asking me questions, but that's just, everybody's a little bit different. But all right, so let's do a little reality cheese. Okay. So Big Brother 24, for anybody that listens, any catch up, they did do an eviction, which was a little crazy because they backdoored somebody, which is how Big Brother goes. And that was intense because we were excited to see what was going to happen. And, you're watching it, so somebody's getting blindsided. So it was crazy. And then somebody passed out because she it was like a pulley thing where they were I forget what they called them, friends something. And so one of them stayed and had a harness, and the other was going to run, and as they ran out it would pull them up, and they had to do a puzzle on top. Well, she's afraid of heights, and so you can kind of see her panicking. And then she starts, hey, can someone like unlatch me because I feel like I'm going to pass out. Like someone really needs to do this. And then you just see her slowly going down.
Let's go. Oh no.
Out. Yep. And then of course they see her. She comes back. She goes, I've been cleared, but due to my anxiety of being afraid of heights, I'm choosing not to participate. And it wasn't too high, but I guess she's that afraid. So that was there's always something, it seems, here lately. And another thing, they kind of got mad at this girl, and I rewatched it again with Chloe because I thought they were a little mean to her. I said, okay, honest opinion, do you think they were mean or not? She was, I think she was a little passive aggressive, yes, but not to the extent where that guy was like, don't talk to me the rest of the season and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, dude, that was a little dramatic.
Overreacting. Yep.
Yes, I get the passive aggressive. I get it. Nobody likes that. But I thought it was a little much, and I felt bad for her, even though I don't care for her. But I felt bad for her. I'm like, everybody's watching you. They made her cry. I felt so bad. Yeah. So that was the recap. What else? What else have you heard?
I have one. I have two from Teen Mom.
Okay.
So I don't know if you heard about Mackenzie and Joshua. They're calling it quits.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they have like 3 kids? I think it's 3.
Yes, I think 3.
Yes. And so I remember when the season ended, they were in Florida for work, and everything was kind of mending. I thought, he went down there to be with them, and I thought that was a lot of just trying to really support her. I mean, I know it's hard to tell with reality, if it's just putting on for a show, if it's for real, or if it's genuine, or what they're really feeling that exact moment. Yeah. But I thought, somebody, of how his demeanor is and everything, and how he usually is on camera when she was going through a hard time, obviously with her mom passing,
Right.
And then her dad with, I think he had diabetes or something. There
Something,
was
yeah.
something going on with him. There
Mm-hmm.
was just a lot on her plate, but she was still trying to move forward and try this new opportunity that she had. So for him to
Yep.
go down there and be with his family, I really thought, okay, next season we're going to come in and we're going to continue to see them do good. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, no, like I was kind of really
Yes.
rooting for them. So
Yeah.
it's a little want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, and it's hard because you can tell that they really tried, and being as young as they were, because
Yeah.
they're still, what is she, 27, 20,
Yeah.
something like that. That's still, and then to be
Their
with somebody
20s.
for
Yeah.
9 years, that's a long time.
Yes.
That's, you can, I mean, they gave it
Yeah.
a go. Do
They
you
really
think if
did.
her mom was still here that she'd be going through the divorce anyway? Because her mom, I
I
think, was
don't
the one who
know.
kept them. Okay, no, you've got
Yeah.
to work it out. You've got to. It's
Yeah.
ride or die, no matter what. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see what the season holds.
Yeah,
Also, Teen Mom, I had heard about how I don't know if you kept up with Amber and Andrew. They had a son together, and
Amber,
he
yes.
got sole custody. So I know she'll get probably like visitations or as far as like certain days because the court
Right,
always works it out to where the child still has two parents, so they
right.
work it out to where it's still something that they can do, but at the same time full custody is like kind of a really big deal.
To
You
the
see the little hi.
hi,
Okay, go over
especially,
there.
especially to the dad. But
Yeah, to the dad.
unfortunately, everybody has seen Amber's highs and Amber's real low.
Low.
And I feel
Yes.
so bad because you think, okay, this guy, he's gonna make her. He's doing it. He's helping her. He's
Mm-hmm.
positive. She's just self-destructive, and I don't even,
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, but I don't
I
know.
really do because during the season you kind of watched her really take awareness to her relationship with her daughter and how much it
Right.
did break her daughter, and to really accept like, you know what, my daughter's going through something that I can't fix and I have to let her go through it. And
Yep.
there's opinions of, well, you're the adult, you're the mom, you need to just press on or whatever. And then there's opinions of, no, your daughter's going through something just like you went through when you were growing up. You need to
Yeah.
allow her to feel what she feels. And even though it's not in Amber's favor, at the same time, you need to let them go through the emotions because you can't force a relationship. Or do you want a relationship where
Right.
you're forcing? So I'm interested to see how her relationship, because I know she has I don't want to say stronger, but I know she has probably a better at that time with her daughter in her life when she was younger. She wasn't there,
Yeah.
obviously she went to jail too. But with her son, I know she's been more present, at least that seems like. So I'm wondering to see the differences, how the son grows up with his
Yeah.
relationship with Amber versus, the daughter continuing to, if she goes to therapy or not. I think that was something up in the air when I watched the reunion about her
Yeah.
going to therapy.
Well,
So,
but I think it helps with Gary. I think she's got a little bit better relationship with Gary than
mhm.
with Andrew, though. So I
Oh,
kind of, I
yes.
mean, Gary has really gone through a lot with her, but he's also kind of
Hmm.
advocated for her too, and he's tried. But I think, like you said, he's also been
Yeah.
like, hey, you've got to let Leah feel the way she feel and go through what she's got to, because you
Hmm.
can't come in and all of a sudden be this, knight in shining armor and act like everything's fine, because you
Yeah.
haven't always been
It's
like that.
not.
I'll help you,
Yeah.
but it hasn't always been like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine's a little bit different. So Heather and Tarek, which from Selling Sunset and Flipping Houses,
Hmm.
I think, I don't know, I think I had mentioned maybe that she had, I know I've talked about this a little bit, but they were going through fertility and all that, and then she ended up finding out that she ended up being pregnant. They weren't going to get pregnant till the fall, and she naturally became pregnant after
Oh,
going through all that.
wow.
Yeah, so he was super
Yeah.
surprised. And they just did their gender reveal, and they're having a little boy. She's super cute,
Oh.
and her dress was super cute. It was white, and the back she had a little chain that said "Baby El Musa." It was so cute. So they're having a boy. Let me see.
Isn't somebody else having a boy or a kid pregnant? Who were we talking about earlier?
Let me see.
Nick Canning.
Yes. Oh, Nick. Like number 8 or 20 or something. Yeah.
I mean, if we're counting.
Yes.
I don't know how many baby mamas, but if we're counting.
Yes, and now he's engaged, and the ring was huge. He did some video, and I'm like, and you're engaged to who? To
Yeah.
which mom? Because
Yeah, literally, who are we engaged to, and
yeah.
what baby number are we on?
Yes,
I
exactly.
can't keep up.
Yeah, and he's got
Yeah.
not weird, maybe different names for those for the kids. I'm like, okay, well, and I think this one was like Legendary Love or something. He mentioned something about you're needing, what did he say, widescreen for his name, or I don't know, something. But okay. Who else? Oh, 90 Day Fiance. I don't know if you watched that. So
Okay, which
yes.
couple?
So Pedro and Chantel, they have Family Chantel. They have their own show, and
Okay.
they are on season 4, and we've seen a lot of rifts between his parent or his mom and sister and Chantel, and then her family and him. They've more accepted him than the mom and sister, and they were having issues. That's kind of how the season's been going. And then the season's not even over, and they've already said they're getting divorced. So that just ruined the whole season.
Oh
Yes. And they've
no.
been together, I want to say 7 years. Like, I've been watching, and I like them both, but
Yeah.
he's been a little rude and ugly. Like, I in watching it, I've told Rico, I'm like,
I like him, but he's
he's
rude. He's not that nice.
he started to be like that, and I feel because he had I don't know if you watched them, but he was trying to find out who his real dad was. So that's how the last season ended, and it kind of ended bad. But when he came back from the DR, he was a little bit different, and I don't think he's gotten over it, and I really think that he needed some sort of therapy. But he was I don't know if we can say, but he was an animal tour. I'm like, I don't know what I would have done. Like, I told Rico a couple of times, I'm like, I probably would have walked out already too, because no,
He
and
wouldn't have lasted long.
No, and well, the thing is that when they said it, they said they both filed for restraining orders, which was weird because he's saying that she took like 200 and something thousand out of their joint account. She is saying that there was like some sort of domestic violence, which I don't ever see it, but I mean, they're not going to show it on there. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they both filed restraining orders. He became a real estate agent, so he was spending a lot of time in the office. She didn't like it, and I think it was excessive. He didn't need to be there all at night. Like, you don't need to be in the office at night that long, but whatever.
Yeah.
So they're getting divorced.
Oh man.
All these people getting divorced. What else? I had written down a couple just to make sure. Do you know
What
who?
about?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
you go first.
I think I do.
You go first.
Yes.
Are we gonna talk about Chloe?
Oh no! What? I was gonna say somebody else. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, did you see what Lamar said about Tristan?
No.
Well, basically the gist that he's gonna
still
be in
loves
love
her.
with her forever. Yeah, he's in love with her.
Yeah.
So baby number 2 for Chloe and Tristan. Was it through? Because obviously, is it surrogate or how are they having?
Yeah, I think it's surrogate. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was before the whole drama happened, right?
Yes, I think they said
Yeah.
a month before she found out or something.
Yeah. So of course Lamar has thoughts about it, and that's interesting in itself.
Yeah, because when he was on Big Brother, Reality Star or Superstar or something, he kept talking about her. Like, he just feels super bad about it. And if he could take back all the things, he would, and he still loves her. So, lamb. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you, because this is my husband's person, Shakira. I heard that
Oh.
she didn't pay taxes in like Spain, Italy, something like that. Um, and they want to put her in prison or something like that. And she's saying she lived in, I think, the Bahamas. They're saying, no, you lived here. You should have paid taxes. It was a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago or something. Now they're coming back.
What?
Yeah, so I told my husband, looks like you're gonna have to visit her in prison. Yes,
What
so
was his reaction?
no, they're lying. That's not her. I'm sure she would have paid it.
She was really a resident of the Bahamas.
I was
They're
there
not
with
telling the
her.
truth.
Exactly. And she got divorced, or she's in the middle of a divorce also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did hear about that.
Yeah. And I think that guy was a lot younger than her, or he is a lot younger than her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay,
Man, the
so all these
cards are
people,
not on her side.
they're not. But they had, when I heard it on the radio, they had said that there was, I don't know who, there was somebody else who had to go through that's kind of their thing, that they do a lot, and they get a lot of the stars to give them a lot of money because they threaten prison and stuff. I don't know who it was that they mentioned had gone through the same thing, but apparently she's going to fight it. Instead of just pay, she's going to fight it because she feels that they're completely incorrect.
Oh,
So
wow.
she'll either be in an orange jumpsuit or not. I guess we shall
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
We'll have to keep posted on that.
Yeah, and I'd kind of written notes. I think that's the only other interesting one I had.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we can do questions. We had kind of asked a little bit on Instagram to see what do they want to know about me here, about you and I.
Yes. Yes. Well, I did get some questions, particularly people that do know me.
Yeah.
Was like, who is the lady that you're with on this podcast? And they were like, is it a cousin? Is it a family member? Who is this?
Yeah.
So obviously I told them that you were my aunt and we are related.
Yes.
They love your pink hair, by the way. So I definitely need to get, I know you had told me because I had asked about it.
Yeah.
But the product, and pass that information along to them, because I did get a lot of comments of, oh my God, her hair is so cute and everything. And she looks so young. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Where are my compliments over here? What about me? I mean, I know y'all love me too, but no, yeah, they were just wondering who you were. And how did I get into this? Like how, like they were like, we did not know that you were going to do a podcast. And I was like, well,
me either.
Right. I was like, I wasn't aware that I was going to be doing this new adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of explained a little bit about that. So podcast I guess it kind of just came up as like, hey, you want to try this?
Yeah.
You brought it to my attention. I was like, yeah, like why not? Like everybody's doing a podcast nowadays, and you know, people might want to listen to us too. Yeah. So I really thought it'd be interesting, and I had wanted to do one in the past, but I just never really looked into it because I felt like it was kind of like vlogging or blogging, you know, something that you really put time and work into. And I will say we did a lot of research on trying to see how to get this going.
Yes.
So that's definitely something that, you know, it takes a lot of research just to make sure, you know, the quality of your podcast that's going out is, you know, good for yourself, but also authentic. Right. And then once you're kind of getting the hang of it, I mean, it's really just sharing about, you know, your thoughts, your opinions, who you are, and just kind of putting yourself out there, which is a little scary at times, but it's also interesting because honestly, people can relate and people can enjoy, I guess, just hearing us talk.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah, because I had thought about doing it for a while also, and I was kind of, you know, yes, I want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. And then I thought, you know what? You and I are always talking. We talk here all the time. We always have a lot going on. That why not? Maybe somebody will like to listen to all the stuff that we have going on. Yeah, well, that's funny. Yeah. That's interesting because I figured that there might be someone or some people that are wondering, who are we? Are we related? Are we not related? Because we don't look alike because we're not related blood-wise, but we have the same last name. So, Yeah, so that's interesting. Um, what else? Okay, so what do you like to do in your spare time? For
Yes.
me, it's just always cooking and baking something. I like to exercise, probably, and then just watch reality TV because that just keeps besides the normal stuff that we do day in and day out,
Yeah.
the family and stuff like that. But for me, myself, is just baking, cooking, and a lot of that is just because I like to try new things. And then I think for me, if I can control what they take in, then I can prolong their life. And sometimes I tell the kids that, like,
Oh.
if if I'm juicing something and I'm trying something out, they're like, why, mom, are you having us try this? Because I love you and I want you here forever. That's why. And it's
And this
probably,
is gonna help.
yes. And sometimes it's, the hardest person probably, because everybody will try. Your uncle is probably the hardest person. And that's who I need to prolong life for the most. um, because he is 10 years older than me, that I'm like,
Hmm.
I need you around. You're not leaving me with four
Yeah.
kids, and it's a
No.
lot of work. I cannot do this by myself. So you want to see your grandkids, and Blake is still 10. Like, we need you around a
Hmm.
long time. So
Yeah.
I need to do whatever I can. So I do, and I think, I mean, even when I was little, I always liked to experiment with stuff. But my mom always, I mean, my mom cooked 3 meals a day. It's just her and my dad. They cook 2 meals a day. They cook breakfast, she cooks lunch, and then they eat leftover for dinner. But she's always been like that. And they still do
Yeah.
it. My parents love to cook. Even my dad's was on Sundays. He always barbecued. So I just knew he barbecued outside. That was his day.
Hmm.
So I like to do that kind of stuff. And it's just nice. I like to try new things, even though I don't eat everything because I make stuff, but I don't always like, for instance, one thing about me is I'm unofficially allergic to strawberries. So I just don't like so anything strawberry. So when we do that strawberry lemonade, probably pick a different Truly.
A different,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so I'll make strawberry stuff. I just won't eat it. I buy
Yeah.
strawberries for the house and I do all that. I just don't eat them. Um,
Yeah. What do you not like about them? Texture
the
or
texture, the smell,
tardy,
and
sweet of the smell?
yeah, I think, yeah, even the smell, like when I'm cutting them, it's just like, okay, let me just do it really fast. But I do like
Yeah.
raspberries and I do like blackberries, so I don't even know if it's really the texture. I think it's just the smell and the taste.
Yeah.
Because I like, other stuff. And cantaloupe, I don't like cantaloupe. Like that, no.
Really?
Yeah, so
Can
my
you do it?
parents, no, no. Yeah,
Oh,
my parents cut that up when they came down, and I'm like, oh, like it's strong, but I just don't like
it's
it.
a
And I
lot of odor
see
everywhere.
stuff, I want to try things, but I'm like, I'll try it for you. I'll make it for you guys to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So what
So
about
they
you?
just suffer on through for their happiness.
Exactly.
um, I would say I do like to try new places. And
Okay.
it's honestly with either coffee, I'm a big coffee drinker. I could drink coffee any type of way. I can go from all the way drinking it black to all the way drinking it maybe with a little creamer. I don't like really sweet coffees, but I will give them a try. I will say, like, if there's a new drink out, I have a bunch of coffee places next to me. I have Dutch Bros, I have Brevity, it's a coffee joint,
Oh, nice.
Starbucks, of course. So
Yeah.
I tried those places and everything, but I definitely like that. Or I like to go around to, cities around us and try foods that I definitely see on Instagram. Like we see things pop up and we're just like, let's drive there and go try
Yes.
that. So we went one weekend to Austin and we tried these brisket biscuits. Really good. Really, really good. Would I drive there to go again and try that? No. But if I'm in town, I will get it for sure. So I think that's my main. It's just like spending time with family.
Yeah.
And just going places and trying new things, whether it's just walking around or getting out. I like to be out. You
Yes.
don't really catch me at home. I'm really out and about and just really spending quality time. So that's mostly what I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yes, that's I
Well,
think that's just a lot of what we all like to do is just kind of go out. Although sometimes when it's been a little hot, I'm like let's find something at home or something indoors because that heat
yeah,
it's still on fire.
it is. It is. Hopefully it starts to cool down soon.
Yes, hopefully. All right. So maybe if anybody else has any other questions for us, they can ask us on our Instagram or comment on any of the
On our
channels.
video?
Yes, the
Mm-hmm.
videos. And we'll kind of post that again. Don't forget, we're on Spotify, RSS, iHeart,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. There's just Amazon, anything that has a podcast, you should be able
Yep.
to find us. There's a couple that we weren't sure about, but it should be on there. Make your comments. Definitely reach out to us because we want to keep you guys engaged also and make it fun so that you guys can continue to listen to us. But I don't know. Do you have anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think we went over it. Definitely the questions will help to get to
Yes.
know us a little better and specifically what y'all want to know. But yeah,
Yeah.
just go ahead and connect with our Instagram and leave us comments.
Yep. All right, guys. Then we will catch you guys next week. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.